Alright, it's day one of the Dry Creek Riverbed, and I've got my shovel, crowbar, wheelbarrow, got me gloves, what are you doing, you dickhead? You're going to use a wheelbarrow? No. I'm using that. Thanks for tuning in to Having a Crack. In today's episode, part 3, we're going to start constructing a Dry Creek riverbed with all these boulders. For those that are new to the channel and haven't exactly seen what I'm going to be doing, I'll be running a creek from all the way up there and just be weaving it all the way down to these two holes which are drains. And looking from above, these are the plans I've drawn up where the colour blue simulates the riverbed. I'll probably tweak it here and there during the journey, but that's exactly what I'll be focusing on. Okay, it's time to get on this Kubota and start having a crack. Okay, so the start of this riverbed is going to be starting up between the fence and the water tank. I'm going to run a pipe out from behind that, and that pipe's going to come all the way from out the back where I've got all these drains. So right at this particular moment, I've just got to be a bit careful because there's a couple of drain pipes, which is what I'm digging for right now, and I have found them. Now that I've found that, we can start placing some boulders, and this is the first one obviously, and this will be the second one, and in between I'm going to run a 90mm pipe that I just talked about, which will go all the way out to the back. So I've just got to hand dig everything out now, the hard part. Now that I've found that 90mm pipe, I'm just going to be a bit careful around that. So I've got a little bit of cement now, and I'm going to cement this 90mm pipe in so it does not move and stays there forever. And I'll place this big boulder on top which will disguise it. So as you can see, I've got a tap here, and I'm going to have to relocate it, and I'm going to move it right over to here, which will be real handy. So just dig out a quick trench. That's where the tap's going to go, over there. So I need to go out the back now, turn off the pump, and then we can undo it all up here, connect it, put it all in. These are all my valves. That's my pump up there. That's my pressure tank. That keeps the water pressure there when the pump doesn't need to be turned on. What I'm going to do is turn the pump off. So it's inside here is a switch. So now that's turned off. So let's release the pressure. This valve here goes to all my irrigation out in the gardens out there on the fruit trees. So if I just turn that, you can hear right now it's released all the pressure. So it's safe now to go and undo the pipe down there that we're going to undo. Let's go do it. Now we've got our water pipe here. Now before you try to install it, lay what you need out in the sun. That way it's going to be so much more flexible and you'll be able to maneuver it wherever you want. Try moving this when it's cold. It's just like a spring. It'll just keep curling back up and forward. So lay her in the sun, which is sweet now. Now I've already joined this one up. That's going to go there as a T-piece. Then that's going to obviously go to the tap. That there's just a bung, just a stopper. That's all that is. It's not a corner. It's got a stopper inside there. The reason why I'm putting that in there is because I'm going to run more pipe down there one day. Not right now, but probably in the next year. So that will save me a heap of time by putting that in now. All I got to do is undo that and put a new hose on it. Otherwise I'd have to dig it all back up again and put the T section in. So always think ahead. There you go, easy peasy, simple as that. Just make sure everything's tight. All your hoses are all pushed all the way in, and then tighten them up. Don't have to over tighten them, but just do them really hard hand tight.
Anyway, all we got to do now is turn the water on, make sure there's no leaks. All the pipes are sweet, there's no leaks. I'm going to bury this one and then we're going to start chucking some more boulders down here.
So I'm back on the shovel again. I'm going to dig all this out because I obviously can't get the tractor in there. And now that it's dug out, it's time to put some boulders in. Now I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. I'm just going with the flow, as you could say. And I'm just putting whatever size boulders here, as long as they sort of connect and fit each other, I'm just placing them. Now this one's a pretty big boy. I'm going to place him right in the centre, sort of make him a bit of a feature. Now back on the day 2, it's time to put the base of the dry bed River Creek down, and something I've never done either. Just finding rocks, that's all you can do really, is just find rocks, put them in, chip them out a little bit if you have to, as long as they fit, that's the main thing. Okay, it's time to get fair dinkum and cement all those rocks in forever. So it's the first wheelbarrow of cement, and all I'm going to be doing is I just want to put a base down underneath all these rocks. So I'm just chucking cement down, put the rocks back on top, and then fill all around the outside edges of those boulders. And it's not going to make it waterproof because, as we know, cement is very porous, but it will make it waterproof to a degree. It'll just help get all the water down where it's supposed to and stop weeds, and that's one thing I want to do, and it'll make it so much easier to clean. So I've got one big hell of a boulder, and I've got this pipe here. So I've got to carefully stick it right here because I want the river to shape like that, not out here. I want it to turn like that. So by putting a big boulder right here, it will take any of the water and make it look like that's the reason why it's gone that way, because it's so big you can't move it. Alright, let's do it. Now this was one hell of a big boulder, this one. It took longer than what the video suggests, I can tell you, because obviously I cut a little bit out here and there and it's fast forwarding, it's on time lapse. This was a heavy bugger, but anyway, we got it in there, and I had to be extra careful because I got that white pipe. I didn't want to crack it, but anyway, I got it in there, and it's time to move on to the next rock, that is. And so just to finish off what I've done today, all around these bricks where the concrete is, I've just got an old shitty paintbrush, and all I'm going to do is just feather around that concrete, take away all those marks. It just makes it look more natural, even though it's cement, but it just looks so much better. So this is probably 1/100th of the whole thing that I've got to do, so I've probably got about another 100 days of this. Alright, I think it's day 5 of the riverbed build, and everything now from yesterday, all the cementing that I did, it's all dried up. So now I'm just going to clean up all the dust and the rocks that I made yesterday when I was cleaning up all those edges with the paintbrush to smooth everything off, make things look all nice. I'm just going to grab this, going to give it a good blow off, might give it a bit of a wash off with some water as well after that, and then I'm going to start doing some more rock laying.
But first, before I start doing that, I'm just going to fill this trench in where the pipe and the tap is. I've dug out a straight line now, so what I'm going to do is just place some boulders on the outside edges because they're really big buggers and I need to get down in here with those. So that's what I'm going to do now, and just going to make it go wherever, just travel it all the way back to around about there, and then when I get around about there I'm going to direct the riverbed that way.
So now I've just got to be a little bit careful. I've got that white 90mm drain pipe and I don't want to crack it, so I've just got to pick the right rocks and just don't drop it on there basically. So this is actual real time right here of this boulder, and this is a big boy too. You can see just by the way that fell on the ground, it's pretty heavy. I'm just going to put some rocks down around this 90mm pipe just to make sure that this big boy doesn't fall on top of it and cracks it. So going to use the manpower, this machine, to help assist me get this up because it's so damn heavy. And the crowbar definitely comes in handy. If you haven't got a crowbar and you're going to attempt to do this, I advise you to get one. So I got lucky here, the machine pushed it into place and that was it. Now this is another big boy too. I think this is probably the biggest one I've lifted so far. This took probably about 20 minutes to get into place. And as you can see, that crowbar has helped assist get it into place. Oh, well, that's about as tough as it gets, I can tell you. That little Kubota, it's probably about as much as it's ever going to take, I reckon. That was probably the limit. Don't want to probably go any bigger than that, and that's probably the biggest one I've got. But I wanted to stick that one there because this river turns like that, and with that big boulder there and these two big boulders here, it looks like if it was natural, that the water had no choice but to go that way because these boulders weren't going to shift. So this is really looking good, really happy with that. That's sitting pretty good. I'll show you the gaps. It looks great, all the gaps all around it are great. In the center here I'll probably put some rocks when I do my cementing. It's looking sweet. Alright, let's get on to the next boulder. Probably another big one right there, I reckon. So this is just a matter of trial and error. Just pick out the right boulders, look at the edge which I've got to go up against, go down and pick up a boulder and then slot it where I think it should go. Now I'm just putting a little bit of a kink here in the riverbed. I don't want it to be totally straight. I just want it to go here, there and everywhere. And now we're on to day 5 and I'm going to be doing a little bit of cementing, and we're going to be cementing over the top of this 90mm pipe, so I want to put a bit of cement right around it to keep it safe so it doesn't crack, as I've mentioned 1,000 times already. And put some nice big flat boulders over the top of it, and it looks pretty safe to me now. So starting to get the hang of this, but still haven't worked out any shortcuts just yet. So it's probably time to stop putting a concrete base down now and put a bit more dirt down, and then put your rocks down and then put all the concrete all around the outside of it, because it's going to be 2 inches, 2.5 inches probably thick once you've got the concrete down, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be plenty strong. So by just chucking in a little bit of dirt, just fluffs it up a little bit, and then when you drop the rock in, it sits nice and flat and it doesn't move. Makes it a lot easier for when you start putting the concrete in. It's pretty fiddly, this, putting that concrete down. There's no quick ways of doing it. You just grab a scoopful, chuck it down, shape it, do whatever you have to do to get it in there. But in the long run, as long as you get it all the way down to the bottom, it's going to set hard and make a very strong bond. So now I've just got a bucket of water, just going around washing all the rocks off, getting any concrete off it. Just trying to clean it up, that's all you're trying to do, nothing else, just clean the cement off it. Now, trying to put some bigger boulders in there. As you can see, I've got rocks underneath it, so I'm trying to get some boulders to sit up a little bit higher. This will also make sure that they don't sink as well. And yeah, see this, it's not a real big boulder, but it makes it look bigger because it's sitting higher up in the air. Now, this one was a big fella. But yeah, another little fella, so just chucking him in there, any old how. But they're all shaping well, they're all facing together, all bonding together, you can see, really good. There's a nice big one. Can prove a handful, I can tell you. Like this one's a big one as well. It's quite an awkward shaped, that one. So I grabbed a few rocks which I thought were pretty similar, and I just chipped around a few like this one, took an edge off, put it together, and then I grabbed this other one in a moment and I squeezed it in between like that, and it fit perfectly, and I thought, you beauty. So we're getting there slowly but surely. It's got a little bit of a kink in that bend, as you can see. Now this boulder, check out this one. I thought this was quite unique, and I'm putting it on the corner because it looks like a three-sided star, you could say. And I'm going to use that bendy bit to make the river turn and look like that the water is shaped it that way. But yeah, it proved quite a difficult rock to move because it was so big. Crowbar was having trouble. Ended up using the tractor to push it around a little bit, but I got it there in the long run, and you can see now that's where it's going to sit, and it looks bloody good. So it's day 7 right now, and I just wanted to start doing a few of these pocket gardens where you surround some dirt with some rocks and you call them pocket gardens. And then I just started extending off that, thinking, well, I'm definitely going to be putting a garden up against this fence line here, so let's just start putting some rocks along here as well, and just weave it here and weave it there. So I've got the start of a little bit of a garden over there, which is pretty cool. So back on the riverbed now. You can see right there that crowbar. Without that crowbar, you wouldn't be able to do this job. Without that little Kubota, I wouldn't even think about doing it. Because this boulder right here, look at the size of it. It's as big as me. It's pretty big. And yep, you guessed it, it didn't fall in the right spot. So I had to move it around a few times and push it here and push it there. Put a rock underneath it because I wanted it up a little bit higher. So we did that. Jammed a few rocks underneath there so it's not going to go anywhere. Now we'll put the base down again, put some more rocks on the base of the bed. As you can see, everything just starts to fall in place. If you've got rocks at your fingertips, you can just grab them, stick them in, and that's what I've been doing. Another big boy here. Throw some more rocks underneath it, keep it up in the air, keep it nice and steady. So now this is the rotary hoe again. That's what that thing is on the back, and it makes life so much easier. And just get there and rotary hoe up the track that I want, and then scoop it up. Fantastic little machine, that. Best thing I ever bought. Just in case I haven't mentioned that before. I think I have. And it's amazing the amount of dirt that comes out of those areas which I'm digging up. I'm going to have that much more dirt, which is great because I've got to level off my land here and there, especially around the Dry Creek Riverbed. I want to just lift it up just a little bit in between those rocks that you can see. Obviously need dirt as well for the garden beds, so there's some really good soil, and it is really good soil, as you can see. So hopefully I'm going to have that much soil. I'll be able to do out the back as well, because I've got to do a little bit of levelling out there too, so I'm pretty sure I will have plenty. Now this is a big rock. It was huge. It was bigger than me. The GoPro overheated and it didn't record me putting it in, which is a bit of a bugger, but it's a massive rock, and I thought it was too good to waste in the riverbed where you mightn't see it. So I thought I'd put it on display where there's going to be some nice green grass, and it can also become a seat. And while I'm in this sort of area, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a garden around here, so I thought while I can get in there, get the rotary hoe in there and dig it all up, kill all that grass off. I found out a way of making it a bit easier if you can make a row of rocks that sort of all work together with each other. Well, once you get about 6 of them in a row, well then you can load them on the tractor and pull them straight off, and then put them straight in the ground, and they're going to line up straight away. So that's going to speed things up a fair bit actually. And every now and then I've got to get out the hammer and chisel a bit of the rock off so I can make it fit properly, because I do want tight fits. I don't want these boulders to be moving, and they definitely won't be moving, but I really want some tight fits. So we're on another corner right here, so time to get some more big boulders out, because like I said before, I want to try and make it look as natural as possible. So big boulders in the corner, because that's where the water had no choice and it had to go in that direction. That's how Mother Nature makes a river go, I believe. So I'm just going to try and replicate that. Got the leveler around here, just trying to level out the dirt. It'll just make it a lot easier in the long run. So I've done the corner now, and time to do a bit of a straight line with a few weaving motions here and there. I've got a few of these big long rocks which I'm going to bury in the ground and stick them upwards. Nice flat sides on them, so they really interlock really good together. And got some loads of little ones here I'm just putting down. And now just doing the base of the riverbed again. Trying to find some flat ones and little ones and any shape that seems to fit into where the next spot is. It's just like playing with Lego really when you think of it, except you just got heaps of different Lego bits and they're rocks instead. So time to get back on the cement again and fill all the gaps up, lock all these rocks up really tight, So it's going to keep all the weeds out and waterproof it to a degree, as I've mentioned before. And once all the cement's been put on there, I've just got a sponge and water. And I'm just going around just sponging the rock and just getting off any concrete that had fallen on the sides, because I'm not trying to be too careful about, you know, putting the concrete in all those little spots. Like, I'm not trying to make extra work for myself, but we're only talking about a riverbed here, and it doesn't have to be mint as a concrete driveway or something like that might be, or footpath. So you want to try and mess it up a little bit anyway. So just going around, wiping it down with water again, just cleaning them up, because I want them rocks to be nice and clean. I don't want cement on the edges. So back on the boulders again, back on the shovel too. Yeah, that was a pretty big boulder, that one. You can see it lines up perfectly with the one alongside. I'm starting to get the knack of this now. Work out how to do things, and if they don't fit quite properly, just chip around and shape them up a little bit. So just putting another little bit of a bend in this this area here. Another big rock, that one. It's time to get the string and level out here, and a bit of old school on this type of exercise. Can't really get the laser down there, or you probably can, but if I've got a string there, I've sort of got something to work with. So I've set the string line up so it's a slight downhill, and this is where the water, once it starts to get off that level area which I've already laid down, it'll start picking up and moving down here. It'll look really good and sound awesome. So this is that section I was telling you. I'm going to put an elbow in and make the river go 90 degrees and basically where the tractor is right now. So I'm just going to dig this out now. Got to get it down probably about to the top of your shins, about 30 centimeters, which is, what's that, about 10 12 inches at least. So I've dug that out now, and just back on the rocks again. Just going to get down to this corner, and once this corner's all done, which I think this is the last rock I'm laying right now, yes, and so I'm getting a whole heap of these little ones again. I'll just finish off the base of the riverbed again, right down to here. And as you can see, it's getting very dark, so time to just wash everything off, because tomorrow I'm going to be doing some more cementing. So I want to try and get as much of that dirt and mud and dust off all them rocks, so they're nice and clean. And plus, having the ground wet underneath will help. When I drop the cement down, it won't suck the guts out of the cement, and it'll take a little bit longer to cure. So back onto the cementing right now. I've really got this worked out now, and you don't want to walk on your rocks if you can. If you find a stable one, that's good, which is what I'm doing right now. But you don't want to walk on your little ones, because you don't want that cement to shift around them. You want them to lock nice and tight. I got the sponge again. So I'm just going to sponge everything off, and that's just about it for the day. Alright, I might start wrapping up this episode. It's getting to about 30-minute mark at the moment, so I might call that a wrap. But as you can see, it's starting to look pretty good. Really happy with it. Big boulders in these corners where the water had to divert. Some more big ones down there. You've got your pocket
gardens up the other end there, which I'll probably put a few more around here, especially around this area here. Also, I'll be laying some more rocks around here and there. But I'm really happy the way it's going. Just have a look down as we walk down the middle of it. Everything's nice and secure now. That cement is all holding everything in place. So it's not going to waterproof it, but it's just going to help get all that water when it starts coming down to come down there, and that's the whole purpose of it. Not to have water continue to be going down at all time. It's just there for looks, and when we get all these big rains, to get the water out as well. I've got a few more tricks which I also want to do inside that riverbed when it's finished, but we've got a long way to go yet. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to see the rest of this dry bed River Creek build, give me the big thumbs up, eh? All right then. Hey Gracie girl, give me the thumbs up too, yay! All right then, thanks a lot. See you later. Hey, kiss kiss. Oh, give me a kiss kiss, Bubba. Yeah, I love you too, yeah. All right, let's go inside, come on.